Everyone dreams of turning their hobby into their career, but here's the truth. It can ruin both your passion and your happiness. I almost fell into the trap myself. As a teenager, I was in a way of making basketball my job, but then an injury saved me from going too deep. Even now, years later, I'm still struggling to fully enjoy a pickup game with my friends because I spent so much time on my youth treating basketball like work. I don't want you to make the same mistake, so let me explain. Competitiveness. When you're trained to always focus on results, it becomes really frustrating to enjoy something just for fun. I know this from my own life. Playing youth basketball, coaches drilled into me that every game was about winning. Now, even if I'm just hooping with my friends, I find myself frustrated when I lose, instead of just enjoying the game. Lost inspiration. Do anything too much for too long and it loses its magic. At first, basketball felt fresh and exciting, but after years of repetition, the joy might fade. It's not the case for me, but it's actually something that needs to be taken into account. Humans get used to everything, even to things that we once loved the most. No free time hobby. If your hobby becomes your job, what's left for free time? Nothing. You're stuck with one interest and it limits your personality. People with a variety of hobbies are usually more interesting, creative, and attractive. If your job consumes the thing you love, you risk losing that balance. Money versus passion. Chasing money with your hobby can close other doors. When I finished school, I was preparing to study international relations because I loved English and wanted to travel. But I realized it wouldn't pay well, so I switched to mechanical engineering. That decision gave me flexibility. Now I can work in many industries and not just one. Sometimes choosing a stable career gives you more freedom to keep your passion alive on the side. Pressure versus freedom. Hobby equals freedom. You decide how, when, and why you do it. Job means deadlines, expectations, and constant pressure. They are opposites, and that pressure can kill the fun. Limited creativity. When your hobby is a job, you don't always get to choose how you do it. In basketball, my team needed a big man, so even though I was faster and had a good three-point shot, I was forced to play center against guys much bigger than me. As hobby, I'd have freedom to experiment with positions. As job, I had to obey the coach. Burnout. Daily repetition drains the joy. Back in youth pro basketball, practices were endless. I was constantly exhausted, sometimes even struggling with arrhythmia and shortness of breath. As a hobby, I could have chosen when to play. As a job, I had no choice. Unless you're David Goggins, most people break down from that pace. Financial stress. When your income depends on your passion, every risk feels dangerous. If you fail, you don't just lose a game, you might lose your paycheck or your reputation. That stress makes it hard to enjoy what you're doing. Identity trap. When your passion becomes your job, failure feels personal. You think, if I fail at this, I fail as a person. But the truth is, there are millions of talented people out there. Standing out is rare. And if your dream job doesn't work out, it can crush you emotionally. It's safer to separate who you are from what you do for money. Balance. Sometimes the healthiest choice is to keep your passion separate. Work a job that gives you stability and let your hobby recharge you in free time. That balance makes life richer. If your job is already your passion, finding another hobby becomes almost impossible and you risk burning out completely. Counterpoint. At this point, I would like to bring up a counterpoint to everything I just said. Of course, some people succeed in turning their passion into their work. If you're 110% sure that you are the best in your niche, then it might be a sign to start making money out of it. But it's rare and usually comes with big sacrifices. So in case the thing you do with your passion is pretty average and we need to stay honest to ourselves, I would recommend to let this stay your hobby. It really depends on what kind of person you are. If you are more rational, it will make a lot more sense for you to think about all of those doubts. But if you feel yourself doing your passion for the rest of your life and earning from that, then it might be the right way for you, and you should really impress people with your own way of doing the thing that you're doing. So what do you think? Should hobbies stay hobbies? Drop your thoughts in the comments, I read every single one. And if this video gave you something to think about, hit like and subscribe. I'll keep sharing real life topics like this. Peace.